Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy Show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Guys, today we're talking about everything is everything. You may be familiar, if you aren't black, with the song by Lauryn Hill, that idea, this everything is everything, all things are related, is an ancient African concept that has, thank God, remained as one of the African pretensions that have remained with black communities across the country, and so certainly in the artistic community and the black artistic community. So everything is everything as a way of saying that all things are related, and there was just one. I call it one love. You can call it oneness or the whole or something else, but that's the foundation of the idea that everything literally is everything. So what may appear to be a challenge in some ways can be a key cog in you manifesting your dreams, just for example. So boom, thanks for being here. You can go to michaeldasher.com or productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. And holler at us and we'll holler back. So I need to say that today is the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa race riot massacre, where white mobs attacked the black community in Tulsa, killing hundreds of people, over 300 people in that community, burned up hundreds of businesses. I mean, extraordinary white terrorism, and no one was held accountable. Here we are 100 years later to commemorate that tragedy, and we send peace and blessings to the folks who are still living and those who died in that massacre. Because we know you may have seen three people who testified who were children, who testified at Congress during that review of that massacre, in which no one was held accountable. So, I say that to say that just as we have Memorial Day, let's also remember those types of tragedies, so that we will not allow them to be repeated. So, boom, let's move forward. So we're talking today about everything is everything. So I just gave you that really terrible story, and I encourage you to research that. It's a really fascinating and ridiculous situation, because it reminds us that as we move forward and we overcome and face our own challenges today, that we're a part of a longer tradition of fighting for justice in this country, certainly for black people. And their struggle was also our struggle, right? And also the struggle of the Palestinians and other people who've been oppressed throughout history. So there's one struggle for justice, and everyone should be about justice, right? You just can't, So let me move on. So point one is that it's coming into consciousness that everything is everything, looking for the connections that tie things that may seem disparate, seem different, and may possess alterity, actually are things that are related. Point two is that once you have a sense of everything is everything. So here I live in Venice, and we have an extremely challenging situation where there's a huge unhoused population, a homeless population here in the community that's probably quadrupled in the since COVID. It's really causing all manner of problems. And it's tough, because people need somewhere to go to sleep, and in many ways they're just trying to survive. On the other hand, there are also many of the folk who are unhoused are addicted to drugs and are having drug addiction issues and are mentally unwell. And so, of course, we have compassion, certainly me, and we also have families and communities, and we want to be safe and, all those things. So trying to figure this out is definitely a community problem. And when you can look at all people, including those who are unhoused, who are unwell, who are addicted to drugs as a part of the community, you just can't ghost. You have to find a way to deal with that. It does change how you perceive the people, but that takes work. You have to, because you just want to not have your trash knocked over and dug through. But you want to also have compassion and find a humane way to deal with this difficult situation. So, but when your attitude is that we're all a part of the same family, then you're able to have a much more nuanced perspective. All right. So that's point two. You want to be able to have a nuanced perspective and know that when you're solving problems, that everyone has a role to play, which goes right to point three. As you have a everything is everything philosophy, a one love philosophy, we're all in this together philosophy. What happens is that leads to a solution in which people's needs, rights, and concerns are met. Boom, goes to dynamite. That's all we have for today's show. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Peace and blessings to all of you. Certainly peace and blessings to the families and communities there in Tulsa. An extraordinary story. Thanks. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it.